into...
Actually, I
Oh,
have
yeah.
a... Okay. I was about to say I have a question, but...
Oh.
Question denied.
Oh, wow.
Can we start off by just yelling fuck?
You.
By all means, say fuck, 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 fuck. Because I do not give a fuck. The whole purpose of this stream is to be as much of an offensive asshole as possible. Because if we're going to get in trouble for something, let's be jagoffs about it.
That depends. That depends. How French are you?
I'm not French at all. That's the problem. That's why I've got that flag. And
Well, that's the thing. Most DNA tests and stuff, they kind of just say French/Germanic because they're so closely related.
Yeah, best way to
yeah,
immediately demonetize your stream.
It's not like he was making money anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Henrik, you should invest in Doge.
Nah,
Don't you want to make money?
I would like to make money. That's why I work for a living.
Plus, that money can't be regulated by the banks. We all know how you hate the banks. I'm looking at that, libertarian.
Mm-hmm.
So come on. Come on down to the dank side.
Yeah. Oh, I do find it interesting that Doge is still relatively expensive, and GameStop actually shot up to about $200 a share last I was looking at it. Yeah, because I was actually thinking of investing in offensive things, other than my collection of flags here and my very offensive hat, and I don't know, what's more offensive, this or Give me a second. Put it on right first. This. What's more offensive here? Better number one or better number two?
What is the helmet from?
Oh, this is a motorcycle helmet, but most people, especially on the left, are uneducated. So they automatically think just because it's black and it has this little signature curvature to it to kind of protect your ears from when you're crashing down and you drop your bike, you fall that way. They automatically think that it's a Nazi helmet just because they're stupid. And they think anything that's not bright pink and colorful is somehow related to the Stahlhelm or the SS Stahlhelm or something, because they don't know these things. They think, oh, it's leather, it's black, it's scary. It must be related to the right, even though it has more similarities to the '70s era SWAT helmet. But to hell with me. I'm the educated one.
It is very hard to decide which one is more offensive.
Yeah, I know. Because, it doesn't have any stickers or anything on there, and it doesn't have any embroidering to really, demark anything, exceptionally offensive, whereas as soon as I get done duct taping over here.
Whereas MAGA sends them running for the hills.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This is more terrifying than this, I guess. Oh, fine. I was just given it as a prop by Bobby, and I was like, all right, this is cool, sure, why the hell not?
And of course, you've got the Pit Boy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't have thought that this was offensive, but for some reason, they started complaining about actual Nazis on Fallout 76 because of the military uniform, because they have roll with me on this one, but from my understanding of it, now this might be happenstance or kind of the same thing because people are relatively retarded and they automatically think whenever they see anything like this, it must be, Waffen SS Super Galactic, like fucking, God, what's that retarded fucking German band's name? Think, damn it, think. What the hell were they called? Leibach or something? They automatically think that for whatever reason. Because they're fucking idiots. But in one of the signature costumes they have that are, cultural timepieces, you can get a couple different variations of a pre-war U.S. military officer's uniform. And they've got a naval variant, which is blue, and they've got a post-carrier's uniform, which is a different shade of blue, but it looks more like, your stereotypical postman in that. and they've got a small selection, and they want you to give them a little bit of cash for it, or atoms as they call it. It's all the same goddamn thing.
Yep.
People are screaming about it because it's supposedly horribly offensive. And it's like, you are playing a game that's basically thermonuclear 1950s.
60s, more honestly.
Yeah, more 60s, but it's like, it's like between 50s and 60s, and it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell did you expect? It's not going to be rainbows and polka dots and fornicating elephants, oh my,
There's our first interesting word of the day.
Yeah, because they're so obsessed with all this nonsense, and we have to fornicate this with that. Ooh, I don't know. I really don't anymore. So it's like, all right, let's just be jagoffs. To hell with these fucking people. So before I pontificate further, offensively introduce yourselves, I guess.
I am fucking Crossfire. I live at home with a cat. That's about it.
All right, Divinity. Come on, say something. Be offensive. Did we lose him?
Is he AFK?
He might be. I don't know.
I'm AFK right now. I could either have a beer or make pancakes.
Nice.
Actually, I could do both probably. I don't know why I'd do both, but I could.
Neat. I don't know. Pancakes might be offensive. You could go ahead and you could just take this nice, beautiful iron cross. If I actually had a good method of pinning the replicon, I'd stick that somewhere. But I really can't. I don't know. I guess I could duct tape it to the gun. I don't know. Maybe I'll go off scene for a couple seconds and I'll do that. I'll go grab the fucking tape over there and I'll go grab the World War I replica Iron Cross and I'll just slap it on the AK-47 and say, all right, here we go. And, ooh.
Big scary.
Big scary rifle, even though it's a toy. Ooh, and it's got an even more offensive thing on it after I get done taping it together. Does it look dumb as hell? But I don't know. We could get in trouble for worse things, and that's the comedy of it,
Yep.
All right, so I guess we'll get past the introductions. I don't know. Do I need to introduce myself? I'm the motherfucker that runs the motherfucking channel on this motherfucking YouTube thing, and I'm a deranged, psychotic, Trump-supporting asshole, and I like to scream about things, and I collect flags. Comically enough, I started with historical flags. I've got the Weimar Republic, which everyone gets horrendously fucking offended by because, it might be a reference to the second fucking German flag. God for fucking wit, it's the same color pattern, People are dumb, and more often than not, because they whine, bitch, complain about any World War II game that's not Call of motherfucking inept chronic masturbation, they just decide that they're going to complain, and they make them swap out the Reich flag for the Weimar flag.
Classic Medal of Honor all the way.
Yeah. I'd rather, because it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, I used to play Medal of Honor Frontline so much.
Nice. Yeah, I like playing that for the GameCube.
I think the tie for my favorites are probably Dogs of War and Rising Sun.
Nice. Rising Sun was definitely fun.
Oh yeah.
That was a hard fucking game too. You got
yeah.
swamped with Japanese. They threw all of them at you. And we mentioned the Japanese. Oh shit! Speaking of offensive stuff, because God forbid you can't pick on the Asians anymore, even though they were picking on them weeks ago. Faggots.
Remember how the game would just throw kamikazes at you?
Yeah. Oh, I hated that shit. I hated that. You just hear out of nowhere, clink, banzai, and it's like, oh shit. And you can never kill them with a single headshot if you can even fucking make.
I usually just unloaded lead in.
That's the only way you could beat them. Literally. Imperial Boy has joined us. I have granted him a wrench as promised, so he's going to get to be the moderator.
Is that the Senate or?
No, it's you got a goofball. How do I pronounce this thing? I'm going to purposely butcher this, in the sense of not just offense, but I don't know how the hell you pronounce this. Y3 Waffen SS Aquila. I don't know, some mix between a Centurion and something from Warhammer 40,000.
Nice.
I don't know. Aquila, I guess. I don't know.
Aquila?
Representative of the Imperium.
Aquila?
Yeah, I don't know if is Aquila or is it Aquila. I'm not sure. Unlike Scoob, Latin is not my specifics. Okay. Let us know if it's Aquila or Aquila, Tahila. I don't know. I'm not a Latin expert. I'm an English expert. I'm a goddamn American. I speak American English.
Have you seen what was posted in the American politics on Rome?
Oh boy, let me take a look here. What do we have? All right, let me see this. I see Alex Jones. I see. Where is it? Where's the button? Button. Okay. Amera. All right. Developers are racist and stupid. It doesn't surprise me. People crying about that. Let's see. Chemtrails and masks are shrinking schlongs and making women in. This is why I have a gas mask collection. I toss on one of those to be even more offensive and Charlie Chaplin-y, but no one would be able to understand. Let's see here. Tucker Carlson. Everything Biden said was donkey penis. I'm not surprised. Let's see here. Jack Close Pasa. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
I hear Pasobic.
Is it Pasobic?
I
All right.
assume so.
Pasobic. Military generals observing, checking into Washington, D.C. for seasons. Okay. Are they that terrified of the guy that decided to go and crash a car into their barricades?
Probably.
Well, obviously, because remember, they can't call it white supremacy.
This is true. They can definitely.
No, they'll still call it white supremacy.
But they can't. Why? Because there's two reasons. Both because the man was not white and he was Islamic.
No, there was literally someone who was trying to tell me that black on Asian crime is white supremacy.
Oh, that's my favorite one. That's so insane. I mean, unless some black dude literally goes up all Charlie Chaplin looking and stuff in some Africa Corps uniform, I don't think that counts as white supremacy. The guy, if the guy's just walking up like a regular black guy, like, man, I don't like you, bitch ass. Whap. That's just him calling you an asshole and just deciding that he's going to punch you. Because, I don't know, you don't like yourself.
Honestly, I just think, in general, the fellas over at the Capitol are just scared.
Oh, of course they're terrified. They're terrified of anything.
Excuse me.
I mean, I don't know too much about. I mean, I know.
We all know they ain't scared. We all know that they had their own plans around that stuff.
They've always got plans. God forbid these people don't have a plan. They have a hernia. I mean, for the love of God.
But yeah, the thing that got me laughing was the Tucker Carlson video. Everything Biden said was false, and then right under it, the Steve Carell with the really gif.
Nice.
That was probably my favorite.
Let's see here. All right, cool. Yay. Bodies under the bridge. Yeah. Yeah, if you want me to roll this stuff from Rome server, by all means, get into the topic and roll straight the hell into it. I've got no problem with it whatsoever. Because, I mean, by damn it, if they're going to say that we're going to get in trouble for shit, they should get us in trouble for shit that is actually something, not a nothing. I've got a fucking Dago from New York City. Yo. Okay, So now we're gonna make sure that you guys know that we're not questioning the outcome of this thing. You know, what we're gonna do here. You know, because I can't do a really good scuba impersonation.
What's he doing?
Yeah. Well, he literally goes on for 8 minutes about how their New York Times thing and their fucking was just going on about fortify. It's like, are you the Iron
I think
Hand?
that was Time Magazine.
Was it Time Magazine? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Time.
Okay, it's Time exactly. Okay. My apologies. I confused one with the other because they're the same thing. I swear they're all the same thing. They're amalgamous. It's like the difference between this prop thing and my signature bottle opener. They look like the same damn thing. Were this thing actually functional, it could hold the same thing this does. The only thing is it's not, so this thing technically holds more, even though it's smaller. But I mean, hey, Chicago legal. Ooh.
Big, scary.
Oh yeah, big black scary fucking magazine. If it wasn't heavy, I would try and get a drum mag version just for the sheer hell of it. They're just a fucking big fucking drum mag that's just solid. I mean, it would probably be something like 20 pounds. You know, I'd be sitting here with just like, oh, you know, barely able to lift the fucking AK because this thing is like
potato.
Because I mean that's from what I understand what they usually do with these prop bags. They just make them solid, even if it's a drum. It's like Jesus, get a fucking barbell and just put 2 of those on there. Just I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You know, and you get fucking ripped in no time. God. Oh boy.
Now what?
All right. We want to rip into it?
Sure.
All right. Let's see here. Here we go. Shitting on them. Just because. And to make sure I click the right one here. So let's see here. Let's go right on ahead into Marapolitics. Let's go straight through this. Let's see here. Let's start with where is it? All right. You pick. You want Tucker Carlson or you want Pacific? Or however you pronounce that fucker's name.
Pasobic.
Pasobic? All right.
You want to at least be correct.
I am not a very correct person. You know this. All right. What should we doing here first, boys?
Send them to Brazil. Actually,
I am personally fine with either.
Actually, in a D&D game,
with the whole Capitol thing, or with the whole like car crashing into the Capitol fence or whatever, is just like I don't know too much about it other than the guy was black and a car crashed into the fencing.
I'm not going to even bother covering that because that's so stupid. A guy takes a wrong turn and smacks into a fence. And the only reason it's news is because it's their little border wall they made around the goddamn Capitol.
well, he did start stabbing him.
Well, no shit. If you get surrounded by Marines and shit, wouldn't you stab him too if you were hopped up on cocaine? Saying.
Tucker Carlson, I don't know what he said other than that everything Biden said has been false.
All right. Well, let's see if we get banned for that. So, Hero Boy, you should. Oh, I forgot to take that off. I didn't know you could.
I mean, I don't know how the rules are with streaming, but it's just like bring it up on the screen.
Yeah, well, we'll see if we get in trouble for this. You see here, hit your audio button. Boom, boom. All right.
I mean, as long as we're talking, we should be fine.
Yes, I think it only goes on for 15 minutes, so it's like, I don't know, for a few minutes we'll stop here and there and go back to ourselves or something and pontificate.
Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson. Tonight, happy Good Friday. Today was no different. A radical black nationalist drove a car into 2 police officers near the Capitol in Washington this afternoon. One of the officers was killed.
Wow, we already knew that.
And what's interesting, there's still much we don't know, at least we know very little. But this is one high-profile murder that didn't somehow set off an avalanche of hysterical media attacks on an entire racial group. You didn't see stories about how all black people are bad or blackness is a virus. And thank God, that stuff is garbage. It's poison. All decent people hate it. Attacking entire races is evil no matter what the race is. It's really hurting the country, and the people in power should stop doing it. Today, for once, they didn't do it. Thank God for small blessings. That doesn't mean our leaders turned down the opportunity to leverage the tragedy. Of course they did. Ilhan Omar immediately called for gun control, even though the assailant apparently didn't have a gun, but just
Uh-oh. Did they say gun control? Ooh. Here. Well, let me just crack this up to 11 while we're at it. Jesus, I should have had my balaclava clean for this. I could sit here all stereotypically and just go like this and go, yes, totally control my gun, yes, and just sit there just like.
Calm down.
Just guns for it.
I couldn't help but laugh at that.
Oh my God. Jesus. If my prop pistol wasn't so comical, I'd go dig that thing up. But it's like this just obnoxious green thing from Wally World that just goes pew, 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 pew. So, I mean, why bother bringing that out? It's green and it's orange. It's not very offensive at all. You know, you can tell.
You can tell it's fake.
Exactly. Oh, God. All right, let's try and finish this one. I had to laugh at that.
I know, right?
Jesus.
she's not a genius, as we've noted before. Then the usual experts told us the lesson was we need even more barbed wire around the Capitol. It's too open to the public, they said. To keep our democracy safe, we must wall off voters from the leaders who supposedly represent them. Well, that's already happening, of course, across the country, both physically in the green zone-style barriers you suddenly see everywhere around government buildings, and also on a far deeper level, on a level that can't be undone as quickly as a fence. In a democracy, the people rule. If voters want something done over time, it happens. That's what self-government is. But what do you call a system in which all the really important decisions are made by big companies without any reference at all to what voters want? That is not democracy. It's corporatocracy. And it's starting to look like what we have now. For example, Major League Baseball announced today it's pulling two of the biggest events in sports, the All-Star Game and the MLB Draft, out of the state of Georgia. Why is Major League Baseball weighing in on this? Why is it doing it? Well, because voters in the state of Georgia made a decision that the Biden administration doesn't like. And as with so many big corporations, Major League Baseball believes it now has veto power over the democratic process. And by the way, it may have veto power. We'll find out. In the case of Georgia, the state passed a law to reduce voter fraud. That law requires voters to provide some form of identification before they cast a mail-in ballot. That identification could be a driver's license or free state-provided ID. Georgia makes it pretty easy to prove who you are. There's nothing crazy about this law. In fact, it's hard to believe it wasn't already on the books in Georgia. It should have been. When it was proposed, it sailed through the State House. Georgia's House of Representatives approved this bill by a 25-vote margin. The state Senate by a vote of 34 to 24. So unlike, say, Obamacare, it wasn't a squeaker. And you can see why. Nationally, the overwhelming majority of Americans agree with it. They support mandatory photo ID for voting. According to a recent poll by the AP, fully 72% of people in this country believe that required IDs are a good idea. And why wouldn't they think that? You already have to show an ID when you fly in a plane or drive a car, open a checking account, hold a job, live in an apartment, or get...
Hold on.
I do know about the whole Georgia thing. I knew about the MLB thing, but there's something even funnier. I think it was Delta Airlines, had something to say about it, and then the House of Representatives for Georgia voted to take away a tax break for jet fuel for Delta.
We're going to do a little trolling.
Oh, God. By all means. Jesus. I find this hysterical. fuck with their jet. Jesus. Okay, so should I just start playing Warhammer after we get through this, or should I start playing Cyberpunk? Which is more fitting for this shit? I can make rudimentary barriers in Warhammer, or if we want walls, I can literally fire up the old Command and Conquer, and I can make walls and just piss on whoever. Or I could, in the case of fucking corporatocracy, I can boot up Cyberpunk 2077 because that's definitely effective, and I can just go around with my left arm here, and I can go like this, and then I can have the rocket launcher come out and just go and start blowing people up. Because I mean, you couldn't do that with the right hand, especially seeing the flag that is by the right hand. You could not do it like this. Ooh, very offensive. Ooh, booga, booga, booga. Maggots.
Oh, don't forget about the OK symbol.
Oh, yes. Let me get very proportionate. Okay, I've got one right about there. Hold on. Okay. Right in the center. Right in the center. There we go. Wee-oo.
Wee woo.
Look. Ooh. Booga, booga, booga. Booga, booga, booga. Very offensive. Ooh. Oh, God. Gotta love it. Oh. You know what else you actually need an ID for?
To drink.
Yes, to drink, which I actually don't have tonight. I still have to wait until I get my medication out of my system and lunch.
I was also actually talking to my mom, and she said the same kind of things I was saying. Was it's a little bit dumb to say that people can't get ID if they're getting welfare.
Yeah, you actually have to show ID and your social security card and a whole bunch of other documents when you're getting welfare. You got to do it when you go to the public aid office. Been there, done that. They're full of shit if they say otherwise.
You also need to show ID to even get hired for a job.
Yeah, you need to get an ID if you want to buy one of these in most states. And in some cases, you got to get a special one called the FOID, like in Illinois here. Oh, you're saying Divinity?
Well, not really if you're in Cali. Remember how many illegals live here.
I just find that hysterical. They're like, oh yes, it's white supremacy to have an ID for everything, and I'm just like, really now?
Remember that screenshot I showed you? I was like, isn't John Oliver a comedian? And he's like, so? That is rule number one in a debate. Don't show a comedian.
Oh God, yeah.
For your source.
Absolutely. Oh Christ. But yeah, Imperial Boy is right. Normally, you can buy them from a guy with cats. Everybody loves cats.
Yes.
Oh, you mean cash? I thought you meant cat. Because I mean, we've got cat guys here.
Oh yeah. With my cat, I now know when she's up to no good because her new collar has a little bell on it. So like whenever she's starting to do something, all I hear is ding 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 ding.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. Do we want to try and finish Tucker, or should we move to the next one?
I'm fine just smoking and joking.
I'm gonna just go a little further with it just to see if there's any more serious stupidness in this, because I figured he was gonna mention something goofy. There we go.
I mean that Ilhan Omar comment was hilarious.
Oh God, I wasn't expecting that. That was awesome. That's why I had to go Beavis and just start clacking the prop one. I mean, Jesus, had I known she was going to come up, I would have purposely grabbed all of my prop firearms and gone, all right, king, 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 king. Here you go, the obvious toys and the realistic-looking one for film purposes.
But you don't need one to vote? Come on. It's ridiculous. In fact, that's worse than ridiculous. It's sinister. Anyone who opposes voter ID laws is encouraging voter fraud, which is to say, encouraging the destruction of democracy.
Yep.
It's that simple. And you can now put Major League Baseball in that category. The baseball was supposed to be America's pastime. Happy, unifying, fundamentally non-political. So it's strange to see this happen. How do we get here?
Has anyone shown him the clip of the baseball theories from the Warriors?
I do like baseball. I'm a Mets fan, by the way, but
It's all complicated. We have a new president now, and that president is willing to destroy even something as wholesome as the country's traditional game, purely to increase the power of his political party. Just the other day, Joe Biden went on ESPN to demand that professional sports franchises boycott any state whose voters step out of line.
I think gay professional athletes are acting incredibly responsibly. I would strongly support them doing that. People look to them. They're leaders. Look at what's happened with the NBA as well. Look at what's happened across the board. The people who are victimized the most are the people who are the leaders in these various sports. And it's just not right. This is Jim Crow on steroids, what they're doing.
is he saying that the millionaire the millionaire athletes are the most oppressed? Is that what I'm getting from this?
I'm gonna laugh so hard I'm gonna shit myself.
Did he seriously say that?
Oh, the Jim Crow! Oh my God! This is the new Jim Crow. The corporations have to do something. Oh my God! I mean, I'll probably get flagged for it, but I mean, if we want to talk about Jim Crow, I can plug this thing in here, and I've got a couple different games I can go ahead and. I don't know what to say about this. This is nuts. This is a whole new level of stupid. So okay, so we're past the point of just calling everything racist. We're gonna call stupid shit Jim Crow now. Oh my God! Now I really wish I bought that Commander game just so I could play as the Confederates in this case. And maybe I could go ahead and grab one of my spare pillowcases and just stick it over my head and just crudely chop out the eyeballs and talk like this. But I'm going ahead and playing that hair video game. And I don't know how Confederate my face vote the Democrat ending Jimmy Crow. Yeah. Oh, my original man.
So I started making some pancakes, and I put my cup into the pancake mix, and it turns out there's a hole in the pancake bag.
That sucks.
So pancake mix is all over the floor, and it's wonderful.
Oh, joy. That blows.
Luckily, I didn't put any water on it.
Suck. I mean, you could get a vacuum cleaner or a broom and get it up, thankfully, since you haven't had water.
Sponge and water will be fine. Same with a paper towel.
Oh, God. This is... I cannot go further with that clip. It's pretty good, but I mean, it just gonna show it just for the sake of it. Okay. The fact that this motherfucker's like, it's Jim Crow, it's Jim Crow, it's Jim Crow. And I mean, I give him credit.
And he's the one who was promoting Jim Crow.
Yeah. Mr. 1994 fucking crime bill over here. All right, Jim Crow, Vijay Show. Oh my God. Sure, let me get a spare bedsheet since we're in the era of wearing masks.
And don't forget about racial jungle.
Oh, yeah.
My kids will go to a racial jungle.
Ooh, interesting. A Civil War FPS. All right, I will definitely have to look into that one, Imperial Boy. Interesting. War of Rights. That actually sounds pretty interesting.
Excuse me.
Because, I mean, hey, nothing, I mean, since I guess everyone's going radical left, I guess this isn't as offensive as it used to be. So I mean, hey, nothing's more offensive than just getting a fucking old-fashioned or a double-barrel shotgun, since God forbid that's as offensive as the AR fucking 15, which I would get a prop one of those, but just like the real ones, those fuckers are expensive. I can get a prop this for like $100, $200. No big deal. Get it mailed to me because it's a prop, not a real thing. And it can't be made into a real thing because you don't want this exploding in your hands. Oh, cool. They added artillery. Fucking sweet. That's the one thing I would love to do is just sit there with the Gatling gun, just go tick, 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 because I love the noise that thing makes. The one thing I like about Age of Empires 3, I mean, shit, if I wanted to be really offensive, I mean, I could, while we're bullshitting, I could boot that up and I could just butcher the tribes, you know? If I want to be extra offensive, I'll play the Germans. I've already got the fucking Weimar flag. Why the hell not? I'll play the Germans, and I'll just go butcher the fucking Lakota or some shit. For the love of God. All right. What was the next thing we had in there? We got Tucker, and we got what's this thing? The Civic's got. Okay, it's something on Twitter. I guess the DoD posted something. Court allegation.
Is it the DoD about the what's it called?
Audit?
I thought it was about the guy crashing into the wall, or not wall, but you know what I mean, the fence.
No, it says breaking. Military generals observed checking into the Washington, D.C. Four Seasons. And he tagged the DoD for it, and
That's a hotel.
yeah. I figured Four Seasons. I'm just
That means somebody is spooked.
Oh, I figured they're just getting you know, they're getting a good old-fashioned lube job or something. I mean, well, that's initially when I think when people say Four Seasons, because over here, that's where you take your good hookers to. In Illinois, especially in Chicago. Oh yeah, you go to Four Seasons, dude. You get a nice big queen bed. You can get a coffee maker, a TV with free porn. That's a nice flat screen. You get access to a hot tub, a pool, and room service.
You want to know the best part? He's speaking from personal experience.
Except for the hookers. What I did instead was I went to the anime convention.
Right.
Well, I mean, hey, at that point, are you really paying for them?
I didn't know you were into fat people.
No, I get the skinny bitches.
Those don't exist in those conventions.
Has it gotten that bad in the past 10 years?
No, that's just in general.
I have not been to Anime Expo, but I have been to the last Comic-Con that was open.
Oh, geez. I was at... Let me actually check the badge I got here. Jesus. Last one that I went to was... Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong badge. That's when I was being a roadie. That's it. I held in my convention badge. But whatever. No, that one doesn't count because that was a different event. That one was cheap as dirt, and I did not go there for anything like that. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so if Minority for Rich Cross was in 2016, and that was in about 2 neighborhoods over, that had to be... No, it wouldn't have been 2009 because by then I was working in Disney. That would have been...
Oh, you work for Disney?
Yeah, I did.
Disney internship?
Yeah, workers internship.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. My cousin did that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. The work there is a bit of a pain, and you got to make sure that you remember to return your keys, especially if you're a janitor. You will screw up the pooch accidentally.
My cousin was actually a janitor.
Ah, nice. That's what I wound up doing.
Nice.
That was fun.
He tried to do it again this year, but COVID.
Yeah, that does ruin it. Yeah, I tried to do that. I did that for 2008, going into 2009, and I wanted to try and do it longer, but I got too many points because I kept forgetting to return the keys. I'd hang them right here off my costume, and I'd forget to return the fuckers because I got so used to the weight of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens. Can't really say I blame. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But yeah, oh man, you can get laid with some decent ladies over there, man. Holy. I thought they were joking when they said it was in the Playboy magazine for best work environment to get laid at. And they apparently, sometime during or after the time I was there, they tried to make it like the Marines or something, where it's like you cannot have sexual.
You cannot have fun in the bedrooms.
Yes, they literally tried to do that, and it's like, how are you going to enforce this in the state of Florida, nonetheless?
Where it's very nice and warm outside.
Yeah, and normally because it's so nice and warm, you have people that are doing meth, forget the concept of having sexual relations with your coworker. People are having sexual relations with random objects and wildlife. So how are you, if you have authorities chasing down people hopped up on copious amount of drugs that put George Floyd to shame, who are just rocking out with their cock out, chasing after a random animal, going, I'm going to get it. And they're not talking about eating it. They're talking about how are you going to stop people from copulating with each other? You can make someone sign that, but it's like you're going to be 10 Florida men into a fucking courtroom, and it's going to go nowhere. So it's like, okay, yeah, sure. We'll agree to sign it. We'll do this, and that. But it was basically one of those things where they really frowned upon it, but they really knew they couldn't enforce it. So it's like, okay, unless basically during an inspection,
they had to find someone walking into they had to find an opposite gender walking into an opposite gender's room, basically. Yeah,
and they had to do it in a fashion that wasn't technically violating their privacy. Because as a corporation, they still have to respect
abide by certain rules.
Yep. So it was like, I talked to a couple people about this when I was working there, and I was like, you want to what? Yeah, like that's going to happen.
And even if you succeed, congratulations, you probably just got punched by someone.
Probably. Yeah, geez. I think it was like 2006, it must have been. 2006, 2005 was when I actually got to go to one of the Rosemont anime conventions, and the chicks there were actually pretty looking. They weren't fucking hideous like everyone talks about today. So I don't know what the hell happened from then to now. Because, yes, there were fat dudes. There was some comical guys that looked like the Trailer Park Boys that were dressed up as discount Naruto ninjas. And I thought my fucking basic stitched together costume was terrible. And I was like, shit, you guys make me look like a professional. And we sat there like, whoa, Shang Tsung and shit, just for the photo shoot, just because it's fucking hysterical. And that, because I was a kid. And basically, I guess I sold the character really well. And I was like, ladies, I got a room with the Four Seasons. Wants to have an after party. And I leaned it into like joking and shit. And the next thing everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, yes. And let's just say a certain somebody was about 4 rooms over, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like,
the worst part is you ran into a femboy.
Might have. I don't know. Jesus. It was like an anime version of The Hangover, so it could have been. I don't know, and I don't remember. I remember there being boobs and vaginas and having myself a good old time, and the dude about 4 doors down having a way better time than I do, and I think the dude was a pimp. Because I was like, okay, deal, man. He's like, I'm the man, yo. The man. And I'm like, yeah, I'm 3 sheets to the fucking wind. It was just, I've got the fucking discount ninja looking thing, and I've got a fucking katana on my back. I've got a thing of Guinness in my hand.
Well, that's just how you normally look.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, it was awesome. It was probably illegal, but nobody gave a damn. He was just like, hell yeah, man, that's some good shit. I got some better shit in here, but hey, man, at least you're out, you're having something, you're having a good time, man. I was like, yeah, man, I mean, I'm the Barbs. What am I going to pay an arm and a leg for a fucking shot for? Screw that. And he's like, can't fault you, man. And then I get pulled into the room because no one can figure out how to work the fucking TV, because this is just when they switched over from the tube sets to the regulars. And I'm just sitting here, blink, 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 blink. Come here, titties. How do you come help me figure this thing out? Oh God, too funny. Oh Jesus. So like I find it funny that the DoD is sitting there and they're in the Four Seasons. So I'm like, if that is your panic area, I don't even want to see what your regular area is going to be for your fucking dose.
It's kind of funny. My lefty friends in the server I was talking about, Henrik, they're bitching about Tom Cruise, or not Tom Cruise, Ted Cruz is pretty funny.
Oh God,
yeah, Tom Cruise.
that's hysterical. The
only thing they can really argue about is how he's semi-establishment and that he tried to run off to Cancun while Texas was freezing.
I can't blame him for fleeing. I mean, I'm pretty cold resistant, but I mean, I don't think Texas really has anything as far as cold resistance like we do in Chicago. So I mean,
and also as a federal politician, what can he do aside from like hand out blankets or something?
Yeah,
pretty
much. I mean, as far what I'm aware of is like, yeah, he was over there and he was like, "Oh, some shit happened. All right, let me make a couple phone calls."
The literal alternate argument I could literally put there is, what is AOC doing?
Yeah, all she did was she raised money to basically do that exact same thing, give people blankets. That's about it, and it's like, all right, really all you can do.
And even then, like, what is? That's for someone else's state. What is she doing for her own district, really?
Probably jack shit. Who the fuck knows? Most of these people aren't really doing anything.
Yeah.
The hell with them. You know, why would they care? Oh.
Yeah.
They're powerful.
I mean, Jesus. Here's speaking of like people fucking off and not doing their job. Here, let me go see if we get banned for showing some of the stuff Veritas came across with.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Still is.
Those are aliens inside of the fenced area.
One of our insiders just gained access to this incredibly restricted makeshift processing center in Grandejo, Texas, located under the Anzaldúa International Bridge. What you're looking at is never before seen.
Whoa! Hold on. How many people deep is that? What? Hold on, I gotta roll that back.
What you're looking at is never before seen footage showing migrants of all ages lying in the dirt, awkward.
Well, at least they're not dead. I mean,
at least they're not in cages, though. At least it isn't Trump.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, look at this. I mean, if they weren't moving, I'd go, is this a killing field? Did we go 0 to Pol Pot? Oh, look, he's got his mask on. Oh, so this little kid.
remember with the new DHS guy? We're in the middle of a pandemic.
If you're an insider working near the southern border, email us at veritastips@protonmail.com.
Quietly goes down to the border. If I really wanted to, I could go there.
Of course, that's the first thing he thinks. Aliens! He's thinking aliens like the space aliens, not like aliens coming over the border. It's not gonna lie, from all the science fiction and the video games and stuff, more often than not, when people say aliens, that's usually what I think of too. First thing to go through is like, oh, okay, the space marine time. Oh god. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I wonder if they're gonna get angry at us for that, because I mean that might be considered misinformation there. You know, it's not actually a crisis as AOC says so. Good God. Yeah, if that's not a crisis for you, oh boy, should I get into the body count yet? Should I, you know, who wants to take bets as to
It's
how
not
many?
a crisis. It's not a crisis while babies are being chucked into the Rio Grande.
Oh yeah. Jesus. I wonder if I could find footage of that.
All I know is there's articles about that, not footage of it.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, I really second this comment. I mean, seriously, let them suck Odorous Sarungus's now deceased Cuttlefish of Cthulhu. And for those that don't know what that is, too, let me go ahead and look that up, because that's actually hysterical. I mean, I don't know if Guar. I mean, I think Guar is offensive. Let me see here. Let me see here.
I love how it's just us. Like nobody's watching.
Yeah, we've got like one guy. Oh, this will be hysterical. There we've got. Here. Sure, we'll share audio. Here.
Charlotte Police Department. They invited me to go back to the station house to do a bunch of confiscated drugs. And actually bushwhacked me and cut off my cuttlefish with a laser saw. She was holding it for some time. They made her give it back though, but I never received my old cuttlefish. But luckily, grew a new one that's even bigger and more encrusted in herpes than the old one. I have no idea where it is exactly. At this point, I've heard reports of it in Australia, in the Marianas Trench, in Paris. There is another cuttlefish out there searching for me. I hear it grow to Godzilla-like proportions, and it easily could be the basis for the next war show.
Yeah, by all means, they could just suck a big old one of these, as far as I'm concerned, with their absurd nonsense. Let me find the exact moment. Yeah, that looks to be a good couple feet. Yeah, Jesus, the hell with these damn people.
You could always do something about it. Fed boy alert rises.
Could always go send them to try and find a DMV or something.
Ooh, God forbid. Yeah. It's actually funny, for all the hate DMVs get, I actually like the one at 99th and King. They're actually pretty good. It's like the one token DMV that actually it doesn't suck that. They're actually pretty quick. And usually I get the funny black women. You got your shit together. You want to get your ass in and get your ass. Well, yeah, I want to be able to drive my motherfucking car. Hell yeah. I didn't take your number and call you in a minute here and I get past this dude over here and get you and your shit taken care of. I'm like,
my DMV actually, for the plate surrender, they just have a drop box outside that you put your plate in and drop $1 in the drop box.
oh shit, that's convenient.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right, what do we got for our next one here? All right, you guys want to take bets on nut shots?
Nut shots?
Nut shots. How many people got shot in the balls? How many people shot themselves?
Oh, yeah. Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Let me put it up here. Boom. Load it. There we go. All right. Share screen. Not going to bother sharing audio. They don't have it. All right, let's see here. Oh, holy crap. They're actually doing the math for me. All right. We got it like stocks now. Look at this shit. Look at this. They're actually doing year-by-year comparisons now. You just have to actually look back and do it yourself. Oh, wow. We're actually up from last year. That's slightly terrifying. Oh, my God.
People are either bad shots or they need a big target.
That's a good question. Oh, just in time for Easter. Even these bunnies getting shot. Oh, look, crime was low. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. That's a first.
Christmas came early.
I guess so. It's funny. That is the one time hardly anybody actually kills each other, which is actually hysterical. About 2 years ago, we only had one shooting and one murder. And I was like, oh, wow, you got to be kidding me. Wow, only 2 occasions. That's a shock. He's up 56% on the homicides, up 61%. Yeah. Wow, we're on the up. That's scary.
Wow, it's almost like it's all part of the plan.
Oh, I'm sure it's definitely part of the plan. You kidding me? Shit. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah. Now that you think about it, isn't it funny how for the last 6 months they've been trying to be like, defund the police. And then as soon as crime skyrocket, they're like, we need to reduce the crime, ban guns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's worked so well in this state.
Yeah. Like, hey, does anyone remember when they banned drugs?
Yeah, right.
Look how all that turned out. Well, hey, how about when they banned alcohol?
Oh, that was hysterical. Here we go. I know I skipped past the fun stuff, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to get to this for one particular reason. Here's how long we had the handgun ban for. And that's how lovely it was in 1992. Yeah, look how decent the crime was. Well, let's see here. Oh, boy. Yeah, that just works splendidly. Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised it went down sharply towards the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is surprising.
Did people just lose interest or something?
I don't know. I don't know. Here, let me fix that. Go out there. Yeah, because I thought it was actually pretty high up for the most part. The fact that it actually dropped within the last couple of years is actually a little surprising. Well, this isn't surprising though. We're literally at a syntax error in regards to carjackings. 404 file not found. I think they mean Ford not found because it got stolen. And out of 404 carjackings, we've only been able to get about 20 of these bastards. Jesus. That's fun.
Wouldn't it be funny if that site got banned for misinformation right before the gun ban?
Yeah,
It would be a
that
real
would not.
shame, right?
Nuts. Oh, holy shit! We actually have some nut shots. Woo! We had 3 genitals within the month of March.
All I see is a reduced, what's the word, fertility rate in the area.
And they can reduce the fertility rate by much. It's a comical attempt, though. 6 nut shots is 6 people without their balls, man. It's a Democrat sacrifice. Let's see here. Oh, here's a funny. We have Justice
Selfies.
The one thing that really confuses me is how people think that Democrats are the good guys when all we've seen is incompetence.
Well, honestly, though, you have the do-nothing Republicans, too. Don't forget.
True.
Oh, yeah. Illinois Republicans aren't very useful, at least in Chicago. When you get outside the city, then
When's the last time they actually had power?
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Yeah, they haven't had power in Jesus a little over 100 years. Now,
they're like the Chicago Cubs until, what, 3 years ago?
Pretty much. Like, there's only one woman who's running on the Republican ballot in the state of Illinois that's actually possibly going to make it because Trump decided to endorse her. And she only got...
How inclusive.
Yeah, how very inclusive. God. This actually might be a record breaker. They're going to have to start doing comparisons for these token shots, too. Because, I mean, just a lot of people that got shot in the ass cheeks.
Something jumped up and bit me in the butt.
Kinky.
Good people rocked in the butt tops. Jesus. I still find that funny. I'm going to have to definitely screenshot this before the end of the show. We have a syntax error of thefts. We got 44 people altogether who have been shot in the ass. And we got just as many people who have shot themselves that have also shot someone in the nuts. So I don't know. Did they accidentally shoot themselves as they were trying to get their weapon out, and then
too much.
shoot someone in the dick? I don't know. And then, I mean, these two really aren't too surprising. 95% gunshots, 83.3% black, and then about 4.5 is other ethnicities. No police involved yet. It's of course, this must be white supremacy because God forbid, black on black crime isn't a thing. Even though it's the victim to assailant ratio. Just saying. 25 victims of it, 3 assailants, so I guess it means they caught 3.
I mean, somehow this whole thing with the guy hitting the fence is going to somehow be white supremacy, I'm sure.
That wouldn't surprise us. That's usually what they blame for everything.
Or it ends up like last little shooting, and it just never really gets picked up by the media.
Are you talking about, or which shooting are you talking about?
The what was his name?
Because there's a supermarket one, and then the one that was in the
Supermarket
one. Oh. Because they found out he was a Muslim.
Of course. He can't have done any wrong, right?
Wow.
He was a Muslim that supported ISIS or something.
Yeah, I think you are right on that. Jesus, this is nuts. Almost as bad as 2016 and 2017 for March. Wow.
Just as planned.
That's nuts. Damn. That's kind of scary shit. Things are probably going to go definitely uphill here, man. Holy shit. Good God.
I ain't helping you, sorry.
Oh, what do you know? For advertising alternatives, social media platforms. Oh boy, these guys are probably going to get censored soon. This is going to be comically depressing.
Oh yeah, thanks to your streams, Henrik. Like the ads that come up on my YouTube videos are the StreamYard ads.
Just as planned.
Oh Jesus! Try not to get censored there, Imperial. That's funny. That was ironically enough the next topic I was going to get into, because you know, like I know I
be as offensive as possible.
Oh, absolutely not be as offensive as possible. I mean, for the love of God, you know. I mean, it's only on every television network. I mean, Jesus, I can hardly go to work without, you know, it's either the Spanish channel or every other channel. I have to hear about this fucking guy and this fucking case and all this fucking nonsense. You know, it's like, Jesus, this has replaced Super Bowl ads, and it's like, God. And it more often than not, if they're not trying to say, oh, he did do this, he didn't do this, or whatever, you know, trying to get partisan as hell with it. Because they're going on about how, oh boy, people are going to be angry, they're going to be uppity, they're going to be rioted and shit. It's like, can I just be wrong for a change? Can I just not have to worry about that being a possibility? I mean, last year was some terrifying shit, and I several people came this close to having to actually shoot people in our neighborhood because they were actually doing this shit. I mean, hell, not too long ago, there was apparently some people that got stopped in my neighborhood because they're walking around armed.
I remember you talking about having the gangs help out during the riots too.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely nuts. Yeah, we've got the Latin Kings, we've got the Mixed Texas Motorcycle Club working together with the Chicago Police Department, Cook County Sheriff's Office, and me. I'm like, what?
And it's just like, when and who can I shoot?
Yeah, I'm like, so we're not going to arrest each other. We're not going to shoot each other. But we're going to do that to them if they decide that they're going to come in here and start doing this writing shit. Oh, shit, yeah, by all means, yeah. I'm all for that. It was a cold day in hell because under no other circumstances could that have happened. Everyone was like, yeah,
we have a common enemy.
we're just not gonna fucking, yeah. We're more worried about those assholes over there than the fucking cops or anything else. I'm like, I've got a guy who's like half my size, and he's like a fucking Mexican Rambo with like fucking prison tattoos and shit. And he's sitting there, and well, he's not really sitting there. He's like standing there talking to he's talking to fucking one of the SWAT-looking cops. And he's just one of like the tactical officers who wasn't actually SWAT, because we had a couple people that were like rapid deployment. And it's like, he's like telling them about like a car's going through here, and then it's like, I'm gonna keep my eye out. You know, I don't want these motherfuckers doing no shit in here, man. I've been out of county. I don't want to go back in county. And you know what? We all got to go to county because these motherfuckers want to tear up our neighborhood. All right, that's fine. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you, that car that's got that pumped up fender and the da-da-da-da, and then the other shit, because he's like, between two languages. And I'm like, who, the what, and the how? Because I'm not a gearhead. And they're like, yeah, we've actually seen that one come around the block a couple of times. He's got it right. And I was like, good, because I don't know that motherfucker. And nobody here seems to know that motherfucker.
You don't know no one.
Yes, it's like, so I think basically someone else shared my concerns. And because I haven't heard, because I mean, if we had somebody that was running around there with a real one of these, I'm pretty sure that it'd be in the news, and I'd have heard about that shit.
I do remember when the whole Kenosha thing happened, like they were trying to stir up a whole gun control debate again, but it didn't work.
Because congratulations, it was partially self-defense.
I'd say it entirely was.
Jesus.
Wasn't he being chased by like an entire mob?
Ironically, the first guy he shot, the one in the head, was a pedophile.
Yeah, he was attempting to patrol the neighborhood and protect the businesses, and not only were all the individuals that were going after him armed in some way, shape, or form, one of them was illegally armed with a handgun.
Also,
and wasn't that the guy that was a pedophile, or was it the guy that hit him with the skateboard?
the first guy he shot, because he heard a gunshot behind him, the guy tried to grab his gun, he shot him in the head, then he started walking away.
Yeah.
Then the other two started chasing him down. He shot one in the chest when he tried to whack him with a skateboard. Then the other one got close, stood down, tried to pull, and got shot in the arm.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all felons too.
He was disarmed very quickly.
Oh yeah, he's definitely disarmed. Those were a good couple of memes where they just got his bicep blown up, and they're just probably enough, go putting Fallout crippled memes.
Mm-hmm.
For this guy just sitting there, and I'm just like, this is why you don't attack people that are armed. This is why, obviously enough, we had everybody in this neighborhood decide to strap up. That's why the fucking guy that just got out of county, that's the Latin King, is sitting there, and he's got knives on knives on knives, and he's like, he just got out of a mix between prison and the military service. And the fucking cop that's like twice his size and is just as decked out with him is just sitting there like, okay. He's taking notes. He's not giving a shit about the guy's gang affiliation and that. He's just like, all right, you get a license plate? How many things? What color was it? And I'm just like, I wish I could film this. I wish I could. Because I filmed my own patrols, but like everybody else was like, just don't. Just don't. And after I ran into some of the Latin Kings, I was like, I won't. So I'm just like, and then here come the Mixtecas and them on the bikes, and I'm just like, oh wow. Wow. And I'm like, and they're literally, it's like, this was the wildest shit ever. Where you've got the Cook County sheriffs that's going around the block, and they're like, hey, give our people a Hagwish on the loudspeakers and that. And then after they pass by, kick. But they start zigzagging, going through a couple blocks, going through the alleyways and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then the cops stop by, go have a little bit of water, go talk to some of the people in the neighborhood that are like have the radios and are paying attention to shit going on. And then it's me and a couple people on bicycles and shit, chasing after car and house alarms. Well, no, it wasn't the car alarm, it was a false alarm. But it was basically a whole bunch of Brinks systems were going up. Like Chinese joint in town, and for a 4-block radius, there were a whole bunch of like false break-ins that were going on because basically people were getting alerts that, oh, someone's breaking into this house, someone's breaking into that house. Just basically like, oh,
let's go shoot them.
Yeah, basically, so I'm just like, the fuck is he?
Yeah. Maybe one day the roof Koreans will rise again.
It got this close because like when they decided to bust into the Family Dollar, I almost became a roof cop because I was like, all right, I've had enough of this shit. And and basically what happened is the neighbors came out, they got their tools, they patched up the hole in the window as best as they could, and then the police department basically had vans coming there as often as they could. And if it wasn't vans, it was that small Rambo looking fucking Latin King motherfucker, or like me basically going over there like, all right, everything's cool. Because he was like, I like your boss, man. She's fucking cool. I like her. She looks after her, man. Yeah, fucking awesome. That's why we all like. It was fucking funny. So I was like, when the hell did I see you in there? I've never seen this guy before, or maybe I did before, but I mean, the guy has so many tattoos on. I'm like,
Never expect the Latin Inquisition.
Yeah, never. That's literally what it is. I mean, geez, I'm doing tequila bombs with these guys up on the like 4th or 5th day because it's so quiet. We're all like, all right, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go patrol around for a little bit. And they're like, quiet, man. What the fuck do we get a patrol for? It's like, we got to do something. Next year, these guys come up. Hey, yo, we got back from the liquor store, Holmes. And I'm like, you tequila bombing motherfuckers, you've got to be shitting me. And like, my buddy was doing fucking Facebook live streams of all of us just glug, 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 you and shit. Oh my god. We got so drunk because it was like it was only like the first 4 or 5 days was like really bad. The first 3 were the worst. Like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, going into Wednesday. After that, everything stopped sounding like a goddamn war zone on the southeast side. You know,
in a way.
You know, they got the idea that you should not fucking try to come and steal anything from anyone in Egwish. I mean, one guy decided he was going to, for some reason, in the middle of this, while everyone was patrolling, go graffiti a stop sign and run into his house. And he borderline got dragged out of his house. Because there he is over there, get him, he's breaking into somebody's house. And I'm like, that way, 3 guys, trip, fall. And I'm just so hopped up on adrenaline. I'm tripping over myself. I'm just like, go, go, go. I'm fine. I'm barely keeping my stuff together. And I'm like, okay, grab that. I need to really keep all my stuff down. And then I got this weird feeling in my foot. Shit, did I step on a nail? I tripped over my own fat feet because I was just like so hopped up on adrenaline. I didn't know what the hell was what. So I finally get over there. We're like, all right, we got the guy. And he's this kid who's all black and blue. And I'm like, okay, has anybody found the spray paint can? Who's called the 4th district? And one of the guys is like, yeah, I got the 4th district. And one of the other guys comes around the corner. He's like, you, what are you doing over there? You know, because poor bastards at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's just like, everyone else is like, you know, going medieval, like, okay, who's breaking into what? Because we're all fucking hopped up on adrenaline stuff. I'm like, whoa, easy here.
Yeah, and just ready for anything.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. And I'm still in my work get up, so I'm head to toe in camouflage, and I'm just like, whoa, guys, easy, whoa. And like the cops finally get there, like, what the hell are you people doing? And like,
wouldn't you like to know, fat boy?
This was nuts because it was like, okay, they're beating the hell out and interrogating this guy. His parents are coming outside, like, what the hell's going on with this shit? And they're just like, trying to like get into the house. And then the other guy's got this fucking a small headhunter's knife, and he's like, were you the guy that provided him the spray paint? You can't buy this shit. Where the hell are you from? And basically, long story short, this guy was trying to get laid by sneaking into his girlfriend's house so that he wouldn't alert his girlfriend's mother. And she comes out of the house. Who the hell are you? You were sleeping with my daughter. I'm like, you from a trailer park. Zero to trailer park. I'm like, oh god. So I'm getting from the fucking house where they're like, you know, yelling back and forth. I'm like, guys. Whoa. Get them to back the hell down, and basically all 4 of the cops are
Calm your tits.
Yeah. Like all 4 or 5 of the cops are like, all right, what the hell is going on? Who the hell are you? What's your rank and file? And I'm like, I never served because I have asthma. They wouldn't take me. They're like, they look to you as a leader because you look and act pretty military. And I'm like, thanks. And like, you need to keep your shit together with these guys here. I'm literally getting written up like I'm a failing officer by the drill sergeant. I'm just like, trial by fire, I guess. It's fucking hysterical as hell. Thankfully, that was the only time we had that problem. And I was like, Jesus. And like the cops really had to go. Like the fucking small Irish drill sergeant was like, I need to remind you, citizens, that we understand you're trying to look after the neighborhood, but if you do trespass out of somebody's property, they can shoot you and kill you legally. Be mindful of that. And I'm like, that's why I was trying to block the guys over there, and she's yelling over there. Like, what is this?
The end of the world as we know it.
Pretty much. But like that was the wild highlight. It was that and the scare about somebody breaking into the ATM to the neighborhood. So it was like everyone's like, shit, the liquor store. 5 people at the liquor store, which is boarded up. It's like, guys, I don't think we're getting in. And they're like, oh, you bet your ass you're not getting in. Or in his case, you know, shh. And I'm like, Jesus, James. Fucking shotgun. All right. You're not fucking around. And then fucking one of the other old timers is sitting there. He's pouring shots here and there, talking to people and that. And he's got handgun. I'm like, oh, you're using 9mm. Here, box. Thanks, man. Here, have a shot. Have two. I was like, they gave me the wrong bullets. I can't use them. Here, you use them. And we're racing from one bank to the other, and they're both diagonal of each other. One's like right over here. The other one's like down the block over here. So we're like, okay, they get into this one. They get into this one. Has anybody seen that asshole with the crowbar? And you go run to the other one where it's more lit. We're like, what's that over there? Oh, wait, it's another cat. Okay, never mind. Like, we're fucking chasing shadows. And it's like, I'm like, please, I don't want to do that again. We're like, I'm like making a fool out of myself. I'm freaking falling, like thinking I stepped on nails because I twisted myself at some form of way where I gave myself a temporary sprain or something or other. Everyone else is like strapped to the brim with fucking knives, like fucking tool accessories, like the guy from Mystery Men who's like Mr. Fix-It on fucking steroids. So he's got like a million different ratchets and hammers and shit that he's throwing like throwing stars. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the rest of the neighbors just like, all right, we're going to load our secret small arsenal here. Or the cops are like, okay, nobody's trespassing, nobody's going around. All right, bye. It's like, oh, Jesus. And I'm going to run back into the tattooed little Mexican Rambo guy. And this is like, all right, I'm good. And I'm just like, Jesus. And knowing him, he's going to have like 2 of these damn things. Just because that guy. I thought I was obsessed with these things. He was like, man,
well, you are obsessed.
I'm telling you, if I wasn't having to fucking worry about getting a motherfucking felony, man, he's like, I'll have this, I'll have that. Right. The hell do you know where you can basically drop a call and get a fucking care fucking kit from Call of Duty full of guns? And I'm like, Jesus. I guess people decided to start patrolling again in the area. And I'm like, I missed the memo. I really missed the memo. Looks like we have another person.
Yay.
Universal health care.
America's too large for it.
Not too expensive? What do you think, man?
America's just too large for it, you know?
It's also like the way our healthcare system is like set up too.
You mean owned by the government, basically? Already?
Yeah.
Kind of.
With how many tax breaks and stuff they receive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm content with what I have at my company. I mean, it's pretty decent. It's not that expensive. When I pulled my muscle because I was lifting shit, they actually took great care of me. You know, I really didn't have any complaints. I prefer that over the universal health care because it's like I can fully customize my plan. So I'm covered for shootings. I'm covered for stabbings. I'm in a certain capacity covered, but I have to make a large down payment if I get a dismemberment. I ain't got to worry about paying on the black market for inhalers or anything like that before. I don't have to worry about that. They take care of that. So if I ever start having any serious trouble, it's like, all right, go see the doctor, go get a fucking inhaler. Here's the money. Okay. Hey, how about I give you another copay on top of that, and then you give me an albuterol machine. Solid. All right, cool. I got to deal with that TI-82 from the fucking 90s that I've been carrying around for fucking up every time I get sick. I mean, why do I need universal health care when I'm taken care of? You know, and if I need anything else, I just go up to HR, or I call the 1-800 number and I go, would you like more money? Because I need more coverage. I see, Cassie. Interesting. I have no idea how things work in the United Kingdom.
The U.S. system is also just really weird as well.
Oh God, it's immeasurably confusing, especially if you're trying to figure out, like, what we had in here pre-Obamacare is we had a distilled version of it called county. If you were living in Cook County and you were within the poverty line or just a little bit above it, basically all our taxes took care of your emergency business. For, you know, shootings, stabbings, lacerations, you need expensive medication, you know, they work that out. You know, you'd have some basic rudimentary insurance, and then Obamacare came in and kicked county care to the curb, and it's like,
yeah. The thing I noticed with our healthcare system in general is like the way that our our healthcare insurance industry and our like hospital industry are kind of like intertwined. Like the hospitals charge because like as high as they do, basically because of the insurance. So it kind of forces everyone to like get the insurance, basically. At least that's from my understanding of it.
Yeah. It's because I know that they do like a lot of lobbying more often than not, so they get things to change up every now and again. Yes.
Military, I didn't.
Nice. North Ireland don't have to pay for prescriptions. Oh, well, it's a good thing they don't have to worry about the IRA stealing their pills. That's hysterical. Not a problem for the clarification. Yeah, the American system is all sorts of confusing because you have private industries that want you to pay for some decent coverage, but I mean it's still expensive. And then you have our Obamacare, which is like discount version of your universal healthcare system, and
it's basically mandating that everyone has to get health insurance,
Also,
which is expensive.
Also, Cassie, just saying, no one cares about whales.
Yes, we're supposed to be incredibly offensive on this stream. This is the offensive stream, so yes, fuck whales because
they're British.
Want to offend them? Yes,
and they're British.
Yes.
Even the British don't like the British. Have you seen the Scottish? They're British and they don't like the British.
Oh God. I love the Scottish. One of this stuff. They eat some strange shit like the French, though.
Oh, so do you. You can't say crap when you do it yourself.
Oh, I know I do all sorts of insane stuff. Thankfully, I don't deal with farm animals. I'm a city boy.
You're a city boy, yet you hate the city.
That's how I am. I hate the city, but I'm in the city. It's a small city, but it barely counts as a city, though.
I just hate the government. But, you know, I'm an anarchist, so I mean, it
Fuck
is.
Fuck the government.
Don't catch something horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not anarchist, but I hate the way our government's like running itself right now.
Oh, dude, I completely second that. Ooh, what did you send me?
It's Jose.
What the hell? This goofy little ferret.
It's a rat.
A rat? Looks like a ferret.
No, rat. What, you've never seen rats before?
Our rats are
Do
bigger.
you live in Chirac?
Yeah, that is the one funny thing. Speaking of it, oh my God. A while ago, Jericho Green was covering our rat problem. I thought it was absolutely hysterical. He's like, yeah, Chirac's going to be full with Chirats, and we're going to see which ones win, the two-legged or the four-legged. I'm like, oh my God. He went there. Fucking went there. It was fucking hysterical. Just the way he worded it, because it's like, everyone's thought that, everyone's joked about it, but no one really talks about it because, oh, God forbid, you've got a 1-800 number nowadays to fucking report people for being offensive. Quite literally, that was Lori Lightfoot's campaign. We're gonna force equality at the barrel of a fucking gun here in Chicago.
Well, here's a good question for you. Since you're deeply Christian and all, what are y'all gonna be doing for this Easter?
Oh, that's a good
Going to
question.
my grandparents.
I might be seeing my family. I'm not sure. I actually got to work Sunday. I got to figure out what's going on. And Jesus. Jesus. Talk about some Florida man nonsense here. This is definitely an offensive joke. We'll see if we get in trouble for that one. Head in the fence. Oh, God.
We need more viewers.
Let's see here. As far as anarchism, basically, I don't mean like a complete lack of government and or chaos. I'm thinking like decentralized structured societies where it's basically locally run to the top up. Like kind of like a radical inverse of what we have now. Where it's like we have to literally wait for the federal government to approve everything. Like I like our system in America of checks and balances and stuff, but there is too much red tape in bureaucracy. So I think going with something not like completely retard ANCAP, where you have the corporations running everything like Cyberpunk, but something.
Yeah, we don't want the way Facebook, Google, and Twitter are now.
Yeah. Yeah, basically kind of like what Imperial's saying. States' rights. Yeah. States' rights and basically not an overburdening government. Like, I go with minarchism because, all right, small amount of government is good, but if we can have relative anarchism where it's like we don't need a federal government or it's just, federal in function only, then I mean, all right, by all means, we shouldn't have to literally wait for approval from Washington, D.C. so that we can scratch our balls.
Okay, first of all, my good fellow Burnside, all right? First of all, you're phrasing wrong. You're not anarchist, you're bloody libertarian.
But I'm not a hippie.
I didn't say left libertarian.
I don't really see too many right libertarians. Just saying.
I wouldn't even. I can't even like put a. I can't even put like a name to what I am because you've seen how I am. Like, I have some like relatively like mainstream right-leaning tendencies, and then like left it goes like in a weird way. You know what I mean?
I've got some terrible news. By all appropriate standards, no matter what you say, you're now right-wing.
Hey.
Because you've been on the Burnside stream.
Pretty much.
When I first like started really like kind of talking back to my cousins like politics wise, like they're like, huh, Jake's right wing.
Ironically, Cassie, it was the Republicans that caused the current situation of the big government. Shall we remind you of Mr.
Patriot Act?
No, Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah, Lincoln was our first functioning dictator.
True.
Well, hey, all right. Remember,
it was yes and no.
When it comes on down to it, he was a good president. All right, he brought he put the union back together again.
Mm-hmm.
But while he was at it, he jailed journalists and what else?
We could do some questionable stuff.
He removed habeas corpus.
Oh yeah, he stripped that for a good long time.
And when a Supreme Court justice opposed him, he put out an arrest warrant on him.
Yeah, I think that guy was incarcerated for, what, 5 years?
I don't love it.
Something like that. But yeah, small government, states having autonomy, because I realize that more often than not, when you have no government, you have these Antifa retards going around lighting things on fire and having sex with it. So it's like, I would like the egalitarian idea of we don't need government to do our stuff,
But
it's one of those things where it's like, you have to realize you might be wrong with it, just because you've got these retards that are lighting things on fire and having sex with it. So yes, you might need to have some just basic form of government so that it just does what it's supposed to do and leaves everyone else the fuck alone, so that the rest of us can organize our shit without needing them to go and scribble an AOK letter and shit.
The way I see like the theories of like socialism, communism, and all that is like the theories are very like they sound very nice and wonderful. Just add people or stupid people and manipulative people to the mix.
Oh, wait, that's literally how the ideology was developed.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me, yeah. And that's the one problem that I've found more and more with modern anarchists is the staying stupid. And it's like, I know I'm not an idiot, but I have
Remember, the most stupid people call themselves the smartest.
Yes, I know, and I did just talk about tripping over my feet because I'm hopped up on fucking adrenaline, going, okay, who's yeah. I realize
Don't overestimate yourself, mate. All right, or else I'm gonna have to make fun of you.
I'm all for that. I gotta, unlike most of these assholes, I have a sense. I'm totally cool with that. You can roll with these. But yeah, by all means, localized. State autonomy, town autonomy, city autonomy, blah, 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 all that stuff.
Yeah, just like stronger, smaller governments, like at the local and state level, and then upwards, I guess.
Yeah, like I did a good stream a long, long time ago on Terrace channel with this guy from the Air Force who was like asking me about it. And it was like, basically, I was explaining it to him. He's like, okay, so you're for more of an Athenian. I'm like, yeah, because I like the concept of a referendum. It works here locally, and I think if we could streamline that, then basically either people could actually either totally fix or totally fuck up their own government, and it would be their fault entirely. So that people want to whine, bitch, complain about stuff, and it's like, all right, you have
so
this.
that it's actually Chicago's fault, so it's actually New York's fault.
Yes. Yeah, so that's basically like because like literally the way I put it is like, people want to make change, they bitch about change, they do this, that, and the other, and it's like, okay, you have your referendums, you have your, well, I object to what this mother effer's doing, so you know what, we're gonna get our, system streamlined so that, not only does the president have a veto, but all the locals, if they don't like an ordinance, we're gonna fucking do it. And then if you fuck it up, you are the ones at fault because you decided, all right, I want salad fisting. And that's what we're going to have for a while. We're going to have salad fisting Saturdays. And then when you wonder why everyone's a Wayton degenerate and your economy's in the shitter, you fucking voted for it. It's your fuck up. It's your fucking fist. And it reeks of rotten salad. Congratulations, moron.
Hey, did you know your even the AK is great for gardening? Gotta water the Chechens.
Oh, yes. Really good for watering Chechens. I remember that Brad and Herrera joke. He's just sitting there with the fucking Sega and he's just like, ding, 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 ding. Like that. Yes. Oh, yeah. You're definitely right on that one, Cassie. Communism's fucking. It doesn't work.
That's all authoritarianism. Ironically, fascism, though, it's just as corrupt. You have a very short period of time where you're actually free in it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Plus, unlike communism, you can actually vote. It's just probably going to be rigged.
Oh, God, yeah. Because, I mean, if you can theoretically, put your hand on the scale, why the hell wouldn't you?
Of course.
I mean, shit, that's why we had, let's see here, I think it was Belarus, in Belarusia, I think, haven't they had the president they have now in there for like 15 years or something crazy like that?
Oh, quiet, you can't say crap. Look at Putin.
Yeah.
We all know he's cheating. It's not like anyone can do anything about it. Anyone who tries suddenly vanishes into the aether.
Oh, yeah, that's the one thing I find is terrible. He is definitely running a dictatorship the right way. I mean, how many times on this channel have we played the bit of the Russian police literally blasting down some dude's wall and butchering him because he's got an illegal silencer.
Oh, that actually reminds me. Speaking of that, did you know Putin is Russia's sexiest man according to a Russian poll?
Oh my
That wouldn't
god.
surprise me.
Well, when you think about it, he's like nearly 70, all right, for his age. Well, plus he's ex-KGB, so honestly speaking.
Should I go look up a scrapping photo of him for the audience?
Well, maybe for
The one where
Cassie.
he's riding a horse?
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
Cassie will like that.
By all means. Nope, didn't want the damn article. Want the image in new tab. Yeah. Let me, come on. Where's the button? Work with me now.
No
Yeah,
button
no
allowed.
Oh.
There we go. I got the thing cooperating. Yeah. I mean, this looks pretty John Wayne to me. I mean, the guy doesn't exactly have a six-pack, and he is losing a little bit of hair, but I mean, aside from that, the guy looks better than Joe Biden. I mean, this is only a relatively old photo by like a few years.
Yeah. Let me see if I can grab the.
Yeah, maybe you can find another one. By all means, go for me. It looks like he's still in pretty decent shape.
Here you go.
Nah, I knew Belarus still had that problem with dictatorships. That's the picture. Yeah, sir. Let me zoom out of that just a little bit, and yeah, we're gonna definitely show. He definitely looks like he's having the time of his life.
It's not like anyone can do anything about it.
Just laid back. He's completely laid back. It looks like he's lost a little bit of weight. he's just here's his shirt. He's got a tactical belt on. Looks like he's wearing fatigue pants, and he's just like, yeah, I'm in charge. I don't give a shit.
Like I said, ex-KGB. It's not like anyone can say anything.
Yeah. He's just chilling out by the Urals where it's like a glorious 30 degrees below zero, and he's just sitting here shirtless like, yeah, I'm having a good time.
It ain't 30 degrees below zero. Do you see any snow?
I don't, but sometimes when it gets cold, it's too cold to snow. At least I know it works like that.
Yeah, then the water would have frozen.
Unless it moves fast enough, because I mean that does happen in Lake
That's a
Michigan.
lake, not a river.
Wait, they function differently? Huh, they did.
A lake is a large natural placement of water that can be fed from rivers and feed into rivers.
Huh.
And usually the upper layer of the water will freeze. It's just the water below will continue to flow. That is not frozen.
Indra. Yeah, this motherfucker looks like he's having a good time. They should have given him a damn keg. And shit, all he's missing is either a keg or just one of these just going off by the side.
Just put a bloody crown on his head at this point.
Looking for a shark to wrestle.
That actually reminds me, there was a manga about him.
Oh, God.
It was literally about him just riding random monsters.
Please, by all means.
I ain't
You
sure
have to
shit,
send that.
mostly because I can't find it. You gotta look it up yourself.
Damn. Oh, this is hysterical. I think this is it's not as snazzy looking, but this is a joke some people in London pulled. A guy dressed up like Trump and a guy dressed up like a really old-looking Putin who decided to rent a horse. This is pretty good. This is satire gold. It's almost convincing. That's pretty damn good. All right, let me see if by chance I can find him wrestling a shark.
Keep your kinks to yourself.
I'm pretty sure some dude's got it as an actual tattoo. It really wouldn't surprise me. I've got him riding a shark, not really fighting one. Let me see here. It looks all right. I mean, not too bad of a Photoshop. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Meh.
Yeah,
That is kind of funny.
yeah, it's funny, but I mean, it's just okay. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's a little bit better, but not by much. Oh well. I'm sure if anything, there's probably going to be an anime they're going to make about it. It really wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, if you want it, sure. Just which one did you want in particular? All right. Good. I will send you the people from England that were doing the joke. And
You know how some birds can learn to watch people and mimic their actions?
mm-hmm.
It is kind of funny how we're just sitting here chilling, waiting to be banned.
Here you go.
By all means. I mean, at this point, you just why the hell not? Because if they were actually going to ban me for something meaningful, I'd be like, all right, yeah, sure, why the hell not? But for something that's so partisanly stupid, after clarification, it's like, really? Come on. I've done worse things, and that's the one thing you're going to say I'm going a bridge too far.
Because I'm guessing you were talking about something related to the election, and then Scooby went on his whole saying that the election was rigged or that Trump lost it or whatever.
As far as I know, it's not because he said anything. I think it's just because we covered the article. I mean, I'll read over it again and try and figure out what it is. But I know he went on for a good solid 8 minutes straight to tell them that, look, Time says it was fortified. I see what you're explaining here. I'm seeing the correlation. All right, sure, by all means, fortification. I mean, shit. I'm not much of a meme generator here, but here, let me go pull my interpretation of basically how this bullshit went. Let me find the fucking Warhammer.
Why do I hear someone sleeping?
Why do you hear what?
I think I hear someone snoring in the background.
Like that's here. This is essentially my understanding of this godforsaken nonsense. I'll share the audio too if they want to nag about it. I mean, yes, this is how much of a nerd I am. This is basically Republican Democrat as far as general election and that.
Will you boys shriek this? Will you boys shriek? You're not a show. It's like a lion warrior. Don't get trash, loser. I demand to be taken seriously! Yes! No. Yes! No. This is exactly why we...
Yeah, and this is quite literally a perfect allegory for their nonsense. It's like, we want to enforce all these rules. We want you to do this. We want you to do that. And it's like, ha 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 ha. No, go dig a trench. Go give me another warning or something. I really don't care. And this is why we betrayed the people. You know, as far as there's why we're doing this is and like quite literally.
You son of dirt and entitled. I'm very bitter, and you are the reason. I know.
And it's quite literally, it's like, yeah, you smell like there's something fishy going on, and you know what, you can get as angry as you want. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna play in the sandcastle. We really don't care. We're gonna use the platform until you literally destroy it. we are not friends. We don't care.
Hey, Cassie, question here, all right? And the rest of y'all, all right? Now that we're done talking all about women's rights, how about we talk about women's wrongs?
Nice. So let me see if I can speed it up to. So here's the exact part that I want to go on, because this is basically the nagging bit where they're yelling back and forth at each other. And that's just going back and forth like that. See, we're not saying there's anything wrong with it. You said fortification, yeah, but we're fortifying over here. There's a fortification. No, there's totally nothing going on over here. No. We're just playing in the sandbox. Yeah. That's basically that in a nutshell. I don't know how more plain you can get with it. And I mean, seriously, come on, you set these rules. We're saying we're following them. You're saying fortify. All right. I'll sit here in my little costume with my little lady. I'll sit here. I'll play. All right, sure. Why the hell not? You want to tell me I'm doing something that's wrong? All right. I've got this. I've got that. Pick something. Just pick something of more substance than a joke. Or, you know, what they're saying is the absolute truth. Right. God. Holy shit, Iron Lord actually got here. Oh, morning must come early in Poland. Holy shit, buddy, good to see ya. See, I play Warhammer and the dude comes running. Unfucking you, holy shit.
I do find it funny how, like, ever since, like, really COVID started, and then, like, with the elections, like, YouTube, Twitter, and all of them have been going into overdrive of, like, trying to, like, legitimize or, like, get people to kind of agree a certain way or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, as soon as they went on with this nonsense, oh, Jesus, you are an early morning person. Holy cow. Yeah, as soon as they went on with this nonsense, I'm like, there's a Warhammer meme somewhere. I have to find it. I know there's a Warhammer meme in regards to this.
Remember, time is an illusion.
And it's the Imperial Fists and then going on their diatribe. It's like, I don't care.
Pure.
My sandbox. And they're just like, you're going to respect us. No, fuck you.
Imperial? What kind of dirty Brit are you?
Apparently the kind that demands people fortify.
We have to fortify action.
Absolutely. Which is why, as far as the whole rest of this nonsensical thing has been going on for a day and a year now, it's fitting. It's comically fitting.
Mm-hmm.
If I can figure out how to do one of those fancy layouts where I have those two morons in the corner going on a loop, and I just put fortify and theft over each other, then I think that'd be really fitting. And then I'll just put Trump and Biden heads over the two Space Marines and call it a day.
And suddenly you're demonetized and possibly banned from YouTube.
Then good. I'll at least be banished for a good joke. I can roll with that. I wouldn't mind if they basically gave me a picture of that and started and gave me a long list of words and went, and this is what you this is your misinformation, this is your misrepresentation, blah blah blah. Under the new administration of Games Workshop, we are not going to allow you to do this because we're working in tandem with YouTube. I'd be like, okay.
I'll just move someone.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'll go fortify elsewhere then. That's perfectly fine, Then they'd be like, we demand you be offended. No, we demand. You can demand all you want. I'm going to play in another sandbox. Follow me there if you're so inclined to demand of me. Hell with these people. Like, I've already gone on about how if I get the time, I'm going to go to an alternative platform. Oh yeah, you're definitely right on that one, Iron.
I agree in many senses, yes. Like, the U.S. has been weakening, and it has been corrupt for a long time. But like under Biden, it's gotten just weaker.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, Jesus. The meeting in Anchorage was not good, and I literally sat there for a few minutes and heard about this, and I was like, "This is how things went in the Fallout universe before they invaded Anchorage, Alaska." What the hell? I'm like, I wear this because it's funny. I wear this because I stopped playing the game because it was such a pain in the ass. And it's like this thing is so dishamed. It's so disheveled. It's so just fucking not well liked as far as being a potentially canon, non-canon game that I decided, okay, I don't care if I wreck this thing. It's not the one from 3 that everyone loves. It's not the one from 4 that most people are like, all right, that's cool. It's a fucking prop I can use for whatever. I'll wreck the shit out of it. I'll wreck it Ralph. And I'm sitting here with this thing on, and I'm like, so now life is imitating art instead of art imitating life. What the fuck?
Just play it.
That moment when the Babylon Bee becomes real life.
Oh, tell me about it. Jesus. Especially with their don't get murdered in Chicago thing. Don't forget to wear your murder boots. Yeah, they're not kidding about that. Good Lord. Jesus. Yeah, Iron Lord, definitely zip the stream back about an hour. Yeah, they actually updated. Better yet, here, let me show you just for shits and giggles. They actually updated the website, so they're actually doing like stock comparisons on Hey Jack for all the shootings we have. Check this out, man. This is how bad it's gotten. Here's our comparison for March this year versus last year. They're actually putting plus and minuses. Well, we don't have any minuses, but in this case we have pluses because they're actually doing comparisons like you're in stock. Here's how the stocks looked last year where they were down to such a degree, and in this year they're up a certain degree. We're up in all categories.
That's
We're almost at 90%.
You've invested early, man.
Oh God, yeah, invested early. Good Lord.
Hey, I don't got nothing to do with this. Leave me be.
I mean, look, we've got just as many people who have shot themselves to as many people who've been shot in the dick. This almost never happens. And we literally have a syntax error, a computer code for carjackings. I mean, I'm glad it went down. I mean, Jesus, it almost looks like we have cell tower bars for signal with how it actually dropped from January. That's a good thing. But I'm still, this is nuts that it's still this bad, that it's 404 carjackings since the beginning of this year. Isn't that fun?
I'm gonna get going to bed.
Sleep
Like
is-
I'm getting a little bit tired, so.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap this up in a little bit. I just didn't want to like do the usual poor sad thing, the Iron Lord. Where it's like, oh hey, congratulations for making it up early, but we're gonna be turning the lights off soon.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been fun. I always enjoy being on.
Hell yeah. We'll definitely, if anything, I'll probably try and do it tomorrow too. I'll let you know.
Rattle up there.
I probably won't make tomorrow because stuff.
If anything, we can just keep it to Fridays then, whichever works best. I know we get.
If it's about
It's weird. Like it's either it'll work Friday and we'll get everybody, or we'll get everyone that we don't get on one day, we'll get on the other.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see you, man.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Later. All right. Well, it looks like everyone else pretty much called in tonight. So, if anything, Iron Lord, you want me to just bullshit around for a little while? I mean, sure. Why the hell not? I mean, you did just get up in the morning, and you and me are on completely different clocks. So, I mean, give you a little bit of a rundown. Because yeah, second Fallujah, it's definitely getting that bad over here. The fact that we're treating our murder rates like stock sports, like, okay, you're actually gonna have to do comparisons year by year with how nuts it is. Oh, and that's very nice of you, Cassie and Imperial. I'll let them both know that you said goodnight. That's very kind of you guys. But yeah, basically, Iron Lord. The whole reason I went with this whole thing this turnaround is I know normally when people get content strikes or they get warnings for doing stuff they're not supposed to on this network, they Cassie, the other two guys, it was the guy that was in the lower circle, that guy is Divinity, and then the guy that was up in the corner over in that area there, that's Crossfire. Those are two guys we usually have every now and again. There are semi-regulars. We were supposed to have Scoob on, but the thing is, him and I are on opposite schedules. Comically enough, like how Iron Lord is, where I'm a night person. I'm up till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, depending on whatever's going on. And Scoob's getting up at about like 5, 6, 7 in the morning to get his day started. And if I get up that early, oh god, I'm a dead man. Not a problem, Cassie. Yeah, Iron Lord, me get out of Chicago. I'm trying, man. That's why I'm working for the time being, man. Trying to get myself on a better prospects. All in due time, we'll see how it goes. I mean, Texas is looking pretty good. I mean, unlike Chicago, trying to be its own independent, own actual state, cyberpunk style, Texas is actually doing pretty good with their whole secession, which I think is absolutely hysterical because the Republicans, on behalf of the Democrats in the state of Illinois, decided that they wanted to push a movement to make Chicago its own city so that we could stop influencing everything else in the rest of the state. Which is why the people are usually really upset that they have these glorified bottle openers as the limits of how many rounds they can have in any rifle. Cassie, because of where I'm at, it's going to depend on money. I mean, with how things are in Texas, I'd like to go there because a lot of businesses go in there. Where? No idea. Not Dallas, not Austin. I've got enough problems with gunshots, not exactly in my immediate vicinity, and it happens on occasion every now and again. But like in my city, I've got enough gunshots as people trying to kill each other. So, I mean, I don't want to go to those two cities because they've got a lot of that. I mean, it is cool that over there I could literally have a drum mag on an actual one of these. That would be nifty as hell. But I mean, if people are that strapped and they're still blasting them each other into smithereens, it's like, I want to move to Chechnya. Now I want to move to the American Chechnya. Screw that. So it's like, Indiana's right next door. Maybe I'll go there if it's decent. Some people are saying Michigan's okay, but it's like I don't want to be anywhere near Detroit because they have the same effect with their politics. So I mean, if I'm in a Democrat shithole state because of a Democrat shithole city, why would I go to another state that's the same? You know, I'd want to go somewhere that's different so I could have a better life and not take my commie politics from my area with me. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely not how the founding fathers intended it. With all the nonsensical stuff we have here. Ah, Wisconsin's not too bad, Iron Lord. Wisconsin's okay. The only thing is they're not really big on industry. They're kind of a rural state. So I mean, if I got a really good brewery going, or if they had any I don't know. I'd have to like because like that's like the one thing Wisconsin's really known for is like cheese, beer, and warehouse and export foods. You know, they're kind of like the breadbasket of our general area between them and Michigan. Because Indiana's got like small steel mills and stuff like that. They've still got a good chunk of their industry, and they've got rural areas that are like making bread and corn and stuff like that. But I mean, shit, they've got nothing on Wisconsin. Wisconsin's like farmer owned, farmer run as far as I'm aware of. And if it's not that, it's like breweries and a couple other like businesses and stuff. I mean, maybe, but I mean, M wraps. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if they had M wraps. Or is that Indiana? Because I mean, in Indiana's got its own functioning state militia, just like how Michigan does. So, I mean, they probably do have MRAPs. Wisconsin, I don't know, they might make those there. I mean, every state's got like small military bases or small military contracts that they fulfill for making stuff. So, I mean, like I know in Southern Illinois, there's still an Armalite company that's making stuff, if I remember correctly. Which is why like usually people go like all the way down south if they need to get ammo, which I'm not gonna drive that far south. I'm right on the border of Indiana. I'll just go that way and I'll just, get it over there. Why, why go that far south if I can just go half that distance east? And it's perfectly legal. Oh hell. I don't know. I myself might call it a night soon. But yeah, the whole purpose of the stream is just to be an offensive jackwad just because I don't want to be like the rest of the YouTube people that I complain about. They're like, they got to strike on my channel. I can't make any money. I can't do all the fancy stuff. Oh, I hear about that. If they were going to give me a slap on the hands, I'd rather they give me a slap on the hands for something of substance, other than you're being a partisan. And not the partisan we like. It's like, okay, let me roll the Warhammer 40,000 meme again. Oh, all right. Oh, I don't know. Is Cassie still around, or is it mainly just you hanging around for the time being? Like, I know there's like one or two other people here. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, I mean, I'm pretty much out of content here as far as like topics and that I was gonna have. So I mean, probably just call it a night because I mean, sticker up there says I'm going on about 2 hours. Good time for stream. It's not that bad. All right, cool. You are still here, guys. I mean, if anything, if you guys got any more question, answer, goofball stuff, I mean, just feel free to throw it at me. Because it's only going on like about 1 in the morning, so I mean, I'll at least be up for like another 15 minutes. Okay, so it's you two and somebody else. Imperial Boy must still be around then. Okay. I don't see him post up much, so I don't know. I guess the poor guy fell asleep at the computer. That has happened before. I almost did that once when I was playing Metro, because I just got stuck at this one point on the Volga River, and I was like, I want to get the achievement. I don't want to kill these guys. I want to knock them the hell out, and they are taking too long to chase a fucking can. Quite literally. And I'm just like, I could just AK it and just be done with it in 5 fucking minutes. But it's all like, oh, but if you actually save this guy, you can save your main character's wife. And that's like, actually, I like the anime. Okay, I don't mind chasing this achievement if all I have to do is throw cans at a bunch of hillbillies, and these Russian hillbillies chase and go, and start chasing after a cannon into a fucking wall or into the damn river. They get eaten by their fucking false god mutant catfish thing, whatever the hell it is. Just I guess something works on the lower difficulties where they're that stupid. Them going in twos, it's like games. But oh well. The third Metro definitely is. I have it on Steam and I've got it on my Xbox, but I don't have like a decent TV to hook my damn Xbox up to, so I just play it off the computer. The thing about Metro is it's a first-person shooter that has some basic RPG structure to it. I mean, you don't really get to like advancing classes and stuff like that, but they do give you some basic story options as far as like the base. It's like a bare bones type of RPG system where it's like, okay, you can go for some achievements, you can get some better gear, you can. I mean, the cool thing is like basically everything in game is like an AK-47 everything because it's supposed to be like post nuked Soviet Union. So you're going all over Russia as some like Spetsnaz guys and stuff. So you get to do fun stuff like that, and it's you fight mutants, kill things, and do shit like that. Oh, you're out of here, Arlord. All right, I'll catch you around. Have a good one, dude. Try not to run into any more pounds and petties in Poland. Oh, lunatic. But Metro is relatively fun. Like if it's got a bit of a dark scene to it, especially in the first 2 games, because the first 2 games are sandbox, and it's not really open world, where you're stuck in the tunnels because you're basically a survivor of the thermonuclear war of us versus the Soviet Union, and you're just surviving, getting by. You get a little bit of backstory and some basic stuff, and it's got an interesting story to it, some cool functions. And it's decent. Like the one fun thing I like is in the first 2, if you're a stealthy person, you're a little patient, you can just throw knives for days, and all you got to do is the guy's not aware that you're there. You throw a knife at him, even if you hit him in the fucking leg or the dick, dies. Guy who's like right by him doesn't even notice that he's there until he turns around and goes, "Oh hey, he's dead." And even then, they don't immediately alert person. It's like you Batman knife him, he's down, and then the other guy goes, "Oh shit, yo, hey, you dead?" And while he's poking the guy with his rusty AK, you just go throw a knife at him, and then he's down. Pretty easy, you get the rhythm of it. But the only thing is, on the harder difficulties, you got to ration your ammo in the first 2 games, and you've got to really use your ammo and your buddies for fighting off the mutants, because the mutants will fuck your day every day and any day. All the little monsters and shit that they have. In Metro Exodus, you can on the fly make your basic equipment. If you can make filters for your gas mask, you can make the little medical syringes to get yourself back up to full health, and that you can actually forge around and get some resources and stuff. And in the off case, like I was talking about, like with the Volga, with the hillbillies, if you knock enough of them out, or if you kill enough of them, they'll actually like say, "I surrender," and they'll go like this, and they'll put their weapons down, and they'll go like this, and then you can take their weapon, or you can take the ammo out of their weapon. You don't have to literally butcher everybody. You just have to butcher enough of them to where they get the idea that you're the big man with the big gun, and they stop messing. You do little objectives and stuff, and then in the later chapters, you get a car and you can zip around. And Metro Exodus is kind of neat because it's open world. You can do fun stuff, and it's still post-apocalypse. And you do some neat things. The only thing is, it definitely requires strategic thinking, because you're more or less one guy more often than not, versus a small army of random baddies, where it's degenerates, mutants, hillbillies, you freaks of the week, because they got all sorts of random beings and stuff. Because they basically, what they did is, it was a Ukrainian company, if I remember correctly, or a Russian author, one of the two, basically looked at Fallout and was like, I think I want to take my book and make that like Fallout. And it was basically a resounding success. And I myself like it just because I like the dark setting. I like the apocalypse stuff. The only thing I don't like is I guess Steam is a little glitchy with the Metro games. So, oh well, I guess if you've got a console, get it on the console instead of getting it for Steam on the computer. Just because it's a tad glitchy. I mean, it's an interesting story and it's good stuff. You know, it's better than your run of the mill Call of Duty game where you're just running around and shooting shit just for the sake of shooting shit. And the funny thing is, in Metro, your currency is bullets, not like your regular bullets that you get, or at least for the first two games. In the third game, they really don't have a set currency because they changed it from closed levels to an open world, where it's basically okay, forage around for shit. Because while you're in the Metro, it's basically since it's post-Soviet era, essentially. I actually got some here. Basically, what winds up being your currency is, come on, I've got one here. Here it is. Wait, no, that's not it. That's I have it in here somewhere. I've got a regular one. Damn it. Here it is. Because this is pretty much as comical as this is. Oh, it's definitely on PS4. If it's not on PS4, you'll find it for PS3. But what's in game is your currency for the first two is your literal run-of-the-mill 7.62 by 39 bullets. Because, long story short, since the bombs fell, and comically enough, given the ammo shortage we have in the US, these cheap, shitty bullets are their fucking currency. And the funny thing is there's actually nothing rudimentary. There's nothing special about them. It's just because they're literally living out of a subway system that was designed to protect people from nuclear attack. They don't have all except one faction, one maybe two, depending on how well I was paying attention. Only like one or two factions have the exact means of actually making good bullets for their weapons. And basically, because for some reason they do not have the means somehow of making these cheap, shitty bullets for your run-of-the-mill AK-47, these are considered your currency. So basically, every now and again, you'll be scraping bullets together to go buy stuff or trade stuff, get supplies and that, and you trade these bullets for actual homemade shitty bullets, and it's like it's comical because when you think of it in a sense, it's like because like real life these versus Soviet era bullets are still the same. So the fact that these are like golden gun bullets from 007 is absolutely hysterical and comically fitting for a currency system, especially since like with some enemies, when you actually load your good bullets into your AK or your any weapon, and you just sit there and you're just like, oh, there's one of the mutants over there. Oh, hey, what do you know? Oh, that little part where I shot him is now kind of on fire. Cool, I killed him in one shot. $5. And then you maybe hit him again if you have to. It's hysterical. You know, and in some of the DLCs, they comically expanded on that. Oh yeah, yes, it's the same idea of Nuka-Cola caps. The only difference being that the reason why they consider bullets instead of bottle caps is because it's only like one or two factions has access to any form of professional fabrication parts to make a single bullet. And it's like, okay, if we're not using these for trading, we're using these to take down the mutants in the fucking Soviet Union that's all radioactive and blown to bits. Whereas thankfully, in the world of Fallout, despite being just about as nukes to Kingdom Come, they can still make good bullets. Yeah. Yeah, like that is like I get a good comparison here as far as a little bullet joke. Come on, I have it here. There we go. Like basically, In Fallout, this will cost a couple bottle caps, and it's just your regular at the range bullets. And nothing fancy whatsoever about it. And real life speaking, these are under normal circumstances incredibly cheap because they're reloadable. And in Fallout, this would be like your run-of-the-mill bullet. When you're in Metro, this is somehow is like this, which is your run-of-the-mill Russian non-reloadable bullet. And it's like, okay, for one of these, you can basically get about 10 or 20 of these. And it's hysterical because it's like, this is your golden ticket. You people cannot make bullets in this game that are any better than this. Okay, whatever. You're in the Moscow Metro and you've got fucking Soviet AKs and RPKs and all that other crazy shit for fucking days, and you can't make fucking regular factory bullets. Sure, I'll totally run with this concept because it's funny. Yeah, worse in Fallout because how in the Soviet Union they're consuming bullets like crazy. We're basically consuming pop. We've got diabetes. Oh yeah, it's funny. You got all sorts of I've got a little bit of a collection because here and there at the range or whatever's available, I'll get my hands on. I've got different bullets for an actual one of these that's perfectly legal, and it basically works like this. Like you got your basic Russian bullet here, where because of the steel casing, it's non-reloadable. It's basically considered junk. The only thing that's really worth anything is the lead, and it's nothing special. It doesn't have like a fancy tip or anything. It's your standard anti-person who's trying to kill you bullet that you use to defend yourself. And then here's one that's essentially the same thing, but because it's got a brass casing, it's like, okay, you could actually pick this up. You could actually reshape it if you wanted to. And because the primers that are on these and your usual bullets, here, I'll even do a comparison there. Both of these have the same primer, and it's basically Russian bullets have what's called a Berdan primer, which is a cheaper primer. It's not a boxer primer, which is like basically East versus West breakdown. So, yeah, you could basically cheaply, before we had the current conundrum we have with ammunition, just get your regular range bullet like this. Get a thing of primers and literally just sit there, repack it up, and then just get some lead, and then boom, you can like use this near infinitely, unless for some reason or other, you get it jammed in your actual AK, and then oops, hey, it's got a hole in it, or it's cut in half or whatever because it gets stuck in there. So oh well, I can't load it anymore. All right, we have a good one for work. The next stream will probably be, I'll probably try and see if I can get a couple people together for tomorrow. If not, it'll be next Friday. And one last thing as far as bullets is this one's a little different because it's got some lead on the tip there for extra penetration. This is what you use for an AK-47 if you're actually hunting. Like if you're going after like deer or elk or something like that, where it's got like a really thick hide. And thank you for subscribing, Cassie. I try and do this regularly between every Friday I have off, sometimes Saturday. But, Friday usually works better for everybody. So I'll see you around. Have a good night, dude. And I would definitely recommend Metro. See ya.